Well, good afternoon. Yeah, where do I begin? Trying to cast my mind back to when I actually did my last piece of video for my YouTube channel, and I think it was back in between the lockdown when the carp was spawning on my new Syndicate. Anyway, it's so look at the watch. It's approaching 25 to 1 on Friday afternoon in late August 2020, and the lake that you see in front of me is my new club lake. It's about a 15 to 20 minute journey from home, depending on the traffic, which is roughly a 20-mile round trip, so it's nice and easy to pop down and do a few short sessions, which this is what I'm on today. So I got here just before 12 o'clock, so I'm planning to pull off around about between 7 and 8. I joined this lake back in June, and believe it or not, this is the first time I've actually got around to do any sort of filming. So I'm not going to mention the lake. One or two watching this might work it out if they're local to me, but I'm just going to do it just down to the respect of the other anglers that are on here. Yeah, so it's as you can see there, I've got 2 rods out. It's a 2-rod limit on here. You might have noticed that I'm not using 2 of the same rods. Reason being is this rod in shot here is fished really tight to a spot which I've been having a bit of action on over the last few weeks, and it's a really literally a hit and hold and drag them out kind of job. So that there is a 9 foot 4.5 pound version 1 dwarf carp rod, which I actually bought to do a little bit of spodding with, and yeah, I do a little bit of spodding with, but the last few weeks my 10-foot scopes, which you can see there, I've got 3 of those. I've got 2 3-pound test curve rods and a 3.5 pound, and I've really been struggling to get the fish away from the snags. So the last few weeks I thought, why not try this rod, and it's well, last week I had a bite and it worked absolutely beautifully. Got the fish into the open water, and yeah, slipped the net under it, which is obviously when you wait so long for a bite, it's actually nice to land the fish. There's nothing really massive in this lake. There's a decent head of fish in here. I know there's at least 2 20s, possibly 3 low 20s, and the biggest fish that I've caught since I've been fishing it back in June is 19 pound. I've had about 13 or 14 fish. I've lost a few as well, but yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I mean, it's a nice little water to come and pop on in between my Syndicate fishing, and as I said before, somewhere if you've got a few hours for free, just to pop down and yeah, wet a line for 4 or 5 hours. So there we go. I'm going to keep this piece brief because I'm literally dying as usual for a coffee. So hopefully throughout the day I'll or throughout this session, as I say, I'll have something to show you. It's not an easy lake by any means. It's a real natural lake. It's very shallow, and there's a hell of a lot of silt in here. But just to put you in the picture, this rod that's in focus now, I'm actually using a tiger nut which I've been soaking in coffee now for about 4 or 5 weeks, and it's counterbalanced by half a white scopex squid 10mm popple, fished on a little funnel web bag of crushed tigers, and I've broken up a handful of scopex squid bottom baits over the top, and that one is fished in that little alcove there to the right, on the trusted twisted multi-rig, 2 10mm white scopex squid pop-ups over a handful of scopex squid, hooked and glazed bottom baits. So yeah, I haven't gone mad with the bait. I'm only here, as I say, for what, maybe 5-6 hours, possibly 7. And yeah, hopefully one of those is going to be come good and catch me a carp. So yeah, I'm going to put that kettle on, and as I say, hopefully I'll have something to show you throughout the duration of the session. So lovely to be back behind the camera. Hopefully I'll enjoy this vlog, and yeah, it will be hopefully some way of entertainment. So yeah, I'll catch up with you later on during the session, folks. Regards my glugged and glazed approach on my bottom baits, I've touched on this in previous vlogs over the years, but any newbies watching this video, just a bit of an heads up for you. I will say it's not one of the most cheapest ways to prepare bait, but certainly I think it gives you a massive edge, certainly on short sessions. So this is a 5 kilo bucket. I would say there's around about 3 kilo 15mm stabilised scope squid bottom baits, and it's really simple. So obviously you need some boilies. You can do this with any manufacturer boiler. It doesn't have to be scope squid. You can do it with mainline baits, dynamite, sticky, yeah, the list goes on. So yeah, in there is as I say, around about 3 kilo of bottom bait stabilised, or for the old school people watching, shelf life. They've been glazed in the Nash scope squid syrup, and I don't go mad. I just put enough in there, get my hands in there, and yeah, just to make sure the baits are covered. And the next stage is either you can use the complementary stick mix, or on this case I've got some candy nut crush, and I've just whipped it through a blender to make it to a boilie crumb, and then I basically add that to the glazed boilies to a consistency where literally all the boilie crumb is sticking to the boilies, and I just leave it for 24 hours. Most of the time I did this before the night of the session, and yep, that's the finished result. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of bait in there that's got the boilie crumb coating the outside of the bait. So if you can imagine that in the water, you've not only got a nice boilie on the bottom there for the fish to eat, but you've also got plenty of flavour oozing out the baits. And at the same time, those little particles of boilie crumb will just end up in the upper layers. So it's just a way of putting bait into a swim where you've got a lot of things going on for a lot longer time, and I'm 100% convinced that it's yeah, certainly a lot more appealing to the fish, and yeah, it keeps them in the swim for longer. So I just thought I'd mention this little piece while I've got the old camera rolling. By no means certainly if you use as much bait as I do throughout a year, yeah, I do get through a lot of not only boilies but the syrup as well. So yeah, not the cheapest, but very, very effective. It's not all about the carp fishing. One thing I really enjoy about this venue is the abundance of wildlife. I'm not purposely focusing the camera on open water, but every now and then you can see, yeah, the swifts just popping in and out of the shot. There's absolutely loads of them about today. Normally it's kingfishers, but I've got to be honest with you, it feels very, very autumnal today. It's the coldest I've been in absolutely weeks. So whether that's put the kingfishers off today, but yeah, normally we get a lot of people down here, not only fishing but photography. As I say, since I've been fishing here, since swifts, kingfishers, grass snakes, dragonflies, it's fabulous. It really is a lovely venue. But I'll keep the camera rolling just for a little bit longer, just so you can enjoy one or two more of these swifts which are flying in and out. in front of the camera. Incidentally, I'm coming up to 4 o'clock, and yeah, a little bit of a track record on here. I have managed to bag 1 or 2 carp between 4 and 5, so yeah, you never know, that might happen again today, and you might see me back in front of the camera sooner rather than later. But yep, there we go. Wildlife whilst fishing, it's all part of the angling experience. Enjoying the great outdoors.